looks about right. I'm trying to gauge the, what's it called? The exposure value. I don't know what it's called. I've set my ISO to 640 and my aperture to whatever it is to try to compensate for the brightness. Shutter angle 180 degrees. Where to start? Let's start with the camera. This is Lumix S5 II. I've had this for a couple of weeks now. I guess I got one. The sound sounded weird. I returned it. Got another one. This one the sound still sounds weird. Did some research online. Apparently, it could be the lens that I'm using. My mum's coming on Tuesday. It's currently Saturday. I'm hoping that she'd bring a lens, the Sigma 24 to 70. I'm hoping that lens doesn't cause the sound issue. It's like an electrical beep, 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 beep. It's so annoying, it drives me insane. I picked up... hang on. I've not set this on. If I set... I can change the... Okay, I can change the autofocus to be on human mode. So if I do that, then it should sort of see me better. It's quite funny. I can see on the lens, on the screen, it shows up as identifying face, and so it puts a square around my face, and it's tracking my right eye, which is cool. Like, oh, what? If I do that, and it's like tracking my left eye. Was it the first track? Oh no, it's not. No. Whatever. Okay, I got these K&F. But it won't focus now because it's. I put this right beside my face, then it will focus. Okay, I got this K&F variable ND 464 and CPL. Hopefully that improves the quality of my video with the lens when I finally get the Sigma, and I'm able to shoot with a wider aperture and brighter environments. Oh, I've just eaten. I literally just bought this about 25 minutes ago, and I've gone through half. No, not half. Probably about, what is that? 40% of the digested packet. So it's come to Saturday, week after. Oh no, don't tell me that. Week after Tuesday and Wednesday is when I have my ACA second round professional exams. That's quite scary. I'm currently studying for them. As you can see, this is for BPT. I'm rereading the textbook because I've realised there's some sections I don't really understand. So I'm reading this because in this exam specifically, just in this exam, we can take in the course notes. I'm hoping, I'm supposed to print something out as well, I forgot about that. I'm supposed to be able to print something out. Anyway, because I can take this in, I'm going to try to memorize where things are rather than what things are. And hopefully that makes good use of time. Is there anything else to be talking about? But yeah, I'm trying to understand. So, currently, I'm shooting at an ISO value of 640. The Lumix S5 II has dual native ISO with the base ranges being 640 and 4000. I was reading that if you want to have more dynamic range in the highlights, then you should use a higher base ISO. If you want to preserve more dynamic range in the shadows, then you should use a lower base ISO. I guess in this situation I'm more interested in preserving the highlights maybe, because, well, that's just totally blown out. Hang on a second, can I change this? If I change that, it's kind of visible in the background. Hopefully that's better. It's still totally overdoing this. I don't know. So I'm currently on the lower. It's too dark, though, isn't it? So then, Anyway, this morning I spent a few hours. Oh, what a morning I had! I woke up at just before 6 a.m. just before my alarm, and I spent some time trying to get my drone sort of permit, basically, to fly in Europe. I'm going to Greece in a couple of weeks' time after my exams, and so week after next after my exams, and so what do I want to say? I registered for flying in Greece because that's where we're going. But Greece doesn't have drone training material out yet. So then I went to the France website, and then I had to do a test in French, and I somehow misread things, and I thought then I had to do a test in English, but it was the exact same test in English but in French, as the French one but in English. I only saw after I did the English one that my, what's it called? Oh, what's that? Hello, I'll be on in a sec. That's quite funny. That was just before I started this video. I was looking outside the window over there, and then I noticed some couple were staring up at me they'd just come out of the station and staring up at me. I thought, why are they staring at me and smiling and stuff? That's normally a sort of like, and then they just rang the doorbell. Apparently they're for a viewing for the flat above, which they must have thought I was the flat they're looking at. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, basically I spent a few hours trying to get permits to be able to fly my drone in Europe. I think I've done that now, hopefully. Did a couple of tests in French and English. Then what did I do? And then I got obsessed with trying to study cameras and what is like. Okay, I don't really understand cameras. I've got to be honest. I know what this is. This circular thing. It's a lens, and within that lens you've got the lens, like the ring which allows light in, and that's called the aperture. Deciding how big that is, that decides how much light goes in. Also decides how blurry your background is. You can hear the neighbours walking past. I also have the ISO tool, which increases sensitivity to light of the cells on the sensor. And then you've also got, what's the other tool? My mind's blanking right now. You've got ISO, you've got aperture. There's obviously one more. How am I losing my mind over this? What? You got shutter speed, but then you don't change that, you keep that at 180 degrees. So the only thing you can change, I feel, is ISO and stuff, and aperture. But then in the video I was watching, the guy was like, you can change your exposure value by -2 or increase it to +1, and how he was showing how basically if you want to get your main subject at around an exposure value of 0, which it looks like I'm currently at, and then you can then change whether you want to decrease that or increase that, and if you increase it then it should have very little noise. If you get your subject too low because you're trying to compensate, say, for a very bright background, then you end up messing up your the noise level. But then that got me wondering about the different dynamic ranges in the shadows or the highlights, depending on whether you're using a high or low ISO. I just went down a rabbit hole there, so that was another about a few hours. I ended up spending about 6 hours just looking at, trying to study camera and light, and then trying to study drones and Europe. Now I actually have to study for what really is supposed to matter right now, which is my exam. Currently 2:30. I said the challenge is to get another solid 5 hours of study to do within the day. Hoping that's doable. Yeah. Ooh. But this is how I study. I have my cup of tea here. My biscuits. My course notes. and my blanket, which I wrap around my legs, because it's the 1st of June. Summer really should have started by now, but it's early this afternoon it was 14 degrees Celsius. I don't know what it is now. It's warmed up a bit because the sun's coming out a bit, but I feel it should not be this cold. Should it? I don't know. Okay, that's about it. I'm pretty excited for this Greece trip. I've got myself a Gorilla stand, which the camera's on right now. I bought myself another, where is it? I bought myself another, you can't see that, SSD there. Here are the KNF, what are they called, thingamajigs. What else is there? Oh, I was wondering, why is this so close? It's because I'm on high stabilization, so let's change that. Now I'm on a standard stabilization, cropped in about 10%. Hopefully that looks more natural and better. Oh, wow. I'll probably eat about 10, what are they called, digestives in the last half an hour now. That's a lot. Oh, the sun's coming out. Look at that. Okay, let's try to control that there. That's nice. Cool. Okay, let's call it there. Okay.